Thanks for having me. League Football Education, we are a charity that was set up by the English Football League, known as the EFL, and also the Professional Footballers Association, who were known as the PFA. So what that means is we are responsible for the education and welfare of young academy footballers. So from the ages of 9 all the way through to under 23. So it's our responsibility to check that everyone's making progress, having a good experience. There's a holistic development there for everybody. And we support clubs in making sure that happens, which ultimately means we do some things which are what you've helped us with in terms of making them happen for football clubs on the ground. Now, we have a life skills program, which is us working with external people, organisations, subject specialists who'll go into the football clubs and deliver education on different subjects, which are it's awareness raising and also trying to provide the academy players with practical skills. It's on subjects and topics that are relevant to young people and also those that are involved in football too. For example, we work with Sporting Chance, who will deliver mental health education. It discusses addiction as well and other issues that people may face in life, and then where to turn for support. We work with Red Star Education, who deliver financial education across all sorts of matters such as credit and debt, budgeting, insurance and other things too. So they're two very different things. I mean, we've got a range of these subjects. We've got 18 partners, which cover social media, nutrition, health, sexual health, equality and diversity. We work with Kick It Out for that. So we've got a whole bunch of people getting out and doing things in all four corners of the country. To put it simply, the BookingLive system that we work with you on has had through 250 bookings in the last 3 months. Now they're from one of 72 football clubs.
Wow, all 72, goodness.
Yeah, everywhere, all over the country, and it's a combination of 18 different organisations going out and doing those things. So we would have, previous to working with BookingLive, set those up and coordinated them ourselves, which, you know, not us trying to get away from doing work, but trying to organise dates with a club and then find a good fit for the deliverer as well. We were very much a go-between, a lot of emails, a lot of calls. You know, can you do these dates? Well, we can't do those dates, right? Only Wednesdays will do. Okay.
That's like a full-time job in itself, trying to navigate all of that.
It really is. It really is. So this has really provided us with a solution that's been able to provide a system that displays everything that's needed to be known, when it can happen. We've got availability in the calendar that everyone can see, can update, can tap into. We can register as much information as we need from the booker. And it's just worked perfectly. What it's meant is we can now use our time a little bit more effectively and a bit more usefully. So like the conversations and time that we've saved doing that, we're able to put into looking at the quality of what we're doing and the impact that we're actually having. So all in all, we've ended up with something that's saved us a lot of time and is enabling us to do a better job of what we wish to do. And you see things in the media where, you know, people would assume there's not a great deal happening for young people in football clubs. And we know football's a big part of young people's life. And with that comes a responsibility of football clubs and us as governing bodies to make sure that there's support to sort of match the level of investment that players and families are putting into the sport. And this is absolutely not only us trying to do the right ethical and moral thing, but we also believe it's going to enrich their experience and help them develop as people now and in the future too. which just shows that we have to do our best job to upskill people to be able to deal with everything that life's going to throw at them, especially in the bubble of being a professional footballer.
Yeah.
And what are your rights and where can you go for support, and trying to help them understand where that network is. But then also the other side of it, which is their responsibilities in terms of being a good person and a strong role model for the society too. So it's kind of both sides of it, really. How it works is that anyone attached to the football club will have been recruited based, well, largely on performance. So the scouting networks and schooling networks, and all the pathways that happen at throughout 9 to 16 take place. People will play football, for the school or local team, and the clubs will recruit, very much based on performance. So once the players are within the football club, they'll be part of the academy, and they'll be going through the academy program throughout the season. And it's the club who will put together a schedule at the start of the season, which maps out everything they want to do with the academy, not just the football, but all the stuff we're talking about now. And with a club who will book those in with us. So although clubs will often speak to the players and ask, what would you like, what's on offer, what's important to you, the player voice is very much important. It will be the club who will coordinate it. So it is a closed shop to just the general public, which is what you've helped us with in terms of the front end and being able to log in. So yeah, I mean, it would be accessed via the club staff who were setting up the programs. Everybody is everywhere, which means the deliverers are national as well. So there's a few sort of niches to the system which you wouldn't think up necessarily at the beginning, but all of a sudden you think, well, we need the availability to only allow someone to be booked in once per day, because you could essentially have a club in the northeast booking somebody in for the morning or for any slot throughout the day, and then a club in the south east or west asking for them in the afternoon, which isn't possible. And so the system's allowed us to literally just give everybody an allocation of one delivery per day, and then they're out of the system. And likewise, we don't want people booking the day before, because obviously people need to arrange logistics for getting to wherever it is. So we've got a lead-in time beforehand. You can't book anyone in for 3 days before the delivery. So yeah, there's a lot of geographical and logistical sort of puzzles to be worked out for setting up what we've got with you. And we didn't hit it straight off from the beginning. There was a lot of things that we just hadn't thought through. But we've got to a place now where the system's working. We're not nervous about it being available and people using it, because more often than not, what happens takes place. We've got that reassurance that when a request comes in, we've still got the opportunity for the deliverer to accept it, confirm it, or amend it, which really works well for us. Seamless, really, because we joined the conversation in the early days with one or two people. We got moved on, but everything sort of carried through in terms of the information we passed on. We were well informed up front that it was worth spending time discussing what our needs were and what the booking journey would look like before the system was built, because going back isn't necessarily easy for anyone and can trip some of the other bits up that we will set up. So I think that was helpful, because we really got our heads around what we needed. I'm talking 95%. We already knew up front, and that helped the developers put together what we needed. And the training that's happened from all that time ago then, to now is still being available. We're essentially, we were sort of trained as the trainers, I suppose, for telling our stakeholders how to use it. I created a video cast, of our particular system, which was sent out. We've had to update a couple of times after we've changed some things. And it's all worked so well. It all looks excellent. I mean, people have actually been trying to look for the BookingLive page on our website because it looks so similar and the branding's aligned to it. They think it's actually in our site, which it is in some ways, but it's obviously, hosted and it's your domain. Absolutely. So that's, aesthetically, it's exactly where we'd hoped it'd be. If not too similar, but it like I say, it's just worked so well and saved everyone so much time. I think it was quite a big jump because we've got so many people using it who are used to a different system, and not forgetting that there's so many systems we've all got access to now for work. I can think of 3 or 4 off the top of my head that I know our stakeholders are using for other things. So then it was quite a leap of faith to say, right, here's another system. But I promised everybody that it would be more helpful than a hindrance, and then hoped that would be the case, and it has. The feedback we've had has been delightful. I really didn't expect so much good feedback. Even when I'm just talking about the program, people will just mention, at the end of the call, the booking systems work so well. It remembers bits and pieces, so you don't have to duplicate things, and it's just streamlined the process. So we all get notifications, feedback forms go out afterwards automatically. It's just so much better than one person sat with a phone and trying to connect people's diaries together. There's so many added extras that we've been able to get out the back of jumping in with BookingLive. So the whole experience has been, like I say, one that we haven't regretted and would recommend to other people. I think probably the most exciting activity that we've got at the moment is our personal development mentoring program. So as part of the holistic journey that we want all of our academy players to have, we've always felt like we've wanted more interventions to talk about who they are as people, their broader identity beyond their sport, and really help them set meaningful goals to develop as a person off the field. That'll help them on it, and vice versa on it, that'll help them off it. And so again, we've got deliveries happening for that program, and this is something that we've now added into the BookingLive system. It's a new program. We've been able to slot it straight in, and it's just our proudest piece of work that we're working on at the moment. We're oversubscribed with clubs that want to be on the program. We've got mentors being trained up. We've got unbelievable insight from the academy players for what the program's doing for them, and I can say BookingLive are part of that process for us. So yeah, that's probably the next big thing. We're wanting to get the mentoring program out to all the clubs and just try and improve and develop our young people as best we can, really. So